Today we're going to be discussing what is going on in the real estate market in cottage country. But first, show reel, hit it. So welcome back to my channel, everyone. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll be able to send you some more up-to-date videos that will hopefully give you some great information. So today we're going to be talking about cottage country and what this is all about, what's happening here. In the aftermath of the many waves that we've seen in COVID-19, many Canadians have transitioned throughout this time from really the hustle and bustle of the office to a confined work from home environment, and some have actually transitioned to a completely remote area like the cottage. You know, as the Canadian real estate markets have shifted, many people thought this trend would be the new normal. And this is what prompted them to actually leave their big urban cities and relocate to suburban areas like this. With solid equity levels in their pockets and historically low interest rates, this is what led people to purchase some of these properties. They were able to make the move to smaller towns or to swoop up properties that existed at the time. This really became the new trend in cottage country. And as a result, many sellers actually took advantage to sell at an opportune time at a higher price. As a result, nearly every segment of the Canadian real estate market enjoyed this ride and this boom. This is all the way from detached homes to condominiums. And, you know, while last year's red hot housing sector actually left many prospective home buyers sitting on the sidelines, there was ostensibly a slowdown forming in the background, which presented home buyers with this great opportunity to actually get into the real estate market. And yes, this may include cottages. Is this cottage market actually slowing down? And if so, why is this? First things first, there have been signs of cooling off in cottage country. And the cooling off has seemingly inversely related to the rise in interest rates. First, the Bank of Canada has been moving their fight to inflation by hiking up interest rates, which we all know. We've all seen this. And fallout of this could actually result in a number of scenarios. First, we could actually see a hard-hitting landing for the Canadian economy, a steep decline in the stock market, or a dramatic drop in housing or real estate. There's a lot of different things we could see as a fallout, and we have seen some. As the nation's benchmark interest rate prices keep creeping up, fixed and variable interest rates have and will continue to respond. Economists argue that this will actually lead to a decline in sales and prices. Just by how much? That remains to be seen. And recreational properties do not stand alone here. They're already showing signs of deceleration in this sector. So Muskoka is known as a premier cottage hotspot in the Canadian housing market. So many industry observers have used this area as the hotspot or the gold standard in terms of the trajectory of the broader cottage market as a whole. In fact, according to the Land Lakes Association of Realtors, residential non-waterfront sales activity actually tumbled by 34% in April from the same time a year ago, totaling only 530 units. Waterfront sales also nearly fell 59% year over year to 104 units. But experts report prices are unlikely to return to pre-pandemic levels. So we will see a fall, in other words, but likely not to pre-pandemic levels. Waterfront properties in Muskoka have actually skyrocketed at an annualized pace of 26.4% to more than 1.2 million. Non-waterfront median prices, on the other hand, have actually jumped more than 17% to $750,000. So suffice it to say, according to housing market analysts, a considerable number of cottage owners are unlikely to list their properties, choosing to hold on to them during these uncertain times. That said, let's consider the other side of the coin, the return to the 9-to-5ers and the office. We're already seeing this since many companies are actually reopening their doors and requiring employees to actually return to the office. In certain circumstances, we already know the answer, but we're seeing signs of people needing to ditch their beautiful chalets and cabins in favor of back to the urban dwelling just because of their work circumstances. Some actually believe that there's clear evidence that the Canadian real estate market was entrenched in a pandemic-induced housing bubble. What do you think? Before the COVID-19 public health crisis, intense speculation existed that a bubble had been brewing in key cities anyway. So today this bubble discussion has actually spread nationwide, including to this beautiful cottage country. That's why we're talking about this today. Bubble or no bubble, it has been necessary to rebalance these strong sellers market conditions. When 64% of Ontario's cottage country, such as Haliburton, South Georgian Bay, and the Kawarthas, are all entrenched in these quandaries and are considered overvalued, many are under the belief that the rebalancing act has been taking place. Exactly when and to what extent remains to be seen. But wait a minute, 64%? Did I say? This figure was actually presented by the Bank of Montreal, or BMO, in a new report that actually assessed sharp over-evaluation. Although broader trends indicate gains have been diminishing, essentially many experts believe that this cooling phenomenon is happening across many asset classes that were artificially inflated or boosted by an excessive stimulative policy. The moral of the story is, if you don't have to sell your cottage or chalet or a cabin in the woods, hang on to it. That's what I'd suggest. Ride this wave, see what's happening, study the market. But on the other hand, if you're a hungry buyer looking to get into the cottage country market, I would strongly suggest you create a game plan with your agent, which includes consideration of your unique financial situation in light of what's going on in the financial backdrop of our economy and our housing market. And then play your cards right. For the time being, you may want to just sit back, get ready for a bumpy ride. Be sure to hang on tight. I hope you've enjoyed the content of this episode. If you're actually thinking of moving to Toronto, the GTA, or anywhere across Canada or worldwide, we operate all across many international real estate markets and in many different countries. And of course, if you have specific questions about the cottage country market, feel free to reach out to us on your favorite social media platform. We've always got your back. We've always got you covered. Until next time, this is Pamela Haines from Homes by Pam, helping you with your real estate matters.